It's official. The WWE Universe just witnessed the most devastating betrayal of 2025, and nobody saw it coming. What started as a routine Monday Night Raw in Milwaukee has spiraled into something that could permanently destroy one of wrestling's most beloved families and reshape the entire landscape of professional wrestling. We're talking about Jey Uso's nuclear-level spear that left LA Knight unconscious, Jimmy Uso speechless, and millions of fans questioning everything they thought they knew about loyalty, brotherhood, and the sacred bonds of family. This isn't just another heel turn, people. This is the kind of seismic shift that sends shockwaves through generations of wrestling history. Sources close to the WWE locker room are calling it unprecedented and catastrophic for the Uso legacy. Insiders claim this moment was months in the making, orchestrated by forces more powerful than anyone imagined. The silence from WWE headquarters is deafening, and that alone should tell you how serious this situation has become. But here's what's truly terrifying. This betrayal might just be the beginning. Because what Jey Uso did on September 8th wasn't just about turning on LA Knight. It was about choosing power over family, and the consequences could tear apart everything the Anoa'i dynasty has built. Let's rewind a bit, because this story starts way before that devastating spear echoed through the Pfizer Forum. Jey Uso has been living in a pressure cooker for months, watching his singles career crumble while his brother Jimmy played the loyal soldier and LA Knight basked in crowd adoration. People forget that Jey Uso tasted the ultimate prize. He was World Heavyweight Champion, he pinned Roman Reigns, he won the Royal Rumble. But that championship reign, gone in just 51 days, devastating. And every time he got close to reclaiming that spotlight, something or someone pulled him back down. The breaking point started building during that fatal four-way match in Paris. Jey was inches away from victory when miscommunications with CM Punk and LA Knight cost him everything. Sources close to the Uso camp say that Knight changed Jey fundamentally. He realized he was tired of being the good guy who comes up short, one insider revealed. But here's where the story gets darker. While Jey was spiraling, Seth Rollins and the Vision were watching, calculating, manipulating. Paul Heyman, the master architect of psychological warfare, had reportedly been whispering in Jey's ear for weeks. They saw a former Bloodline member with a chip on his shoulder, a WWE source confirmed. That's exactly the kind of vulnerability they exploit. The warning signs were everywhere. Roman Reigns himself tried to intervene on August 25th, telling Jey, "Don't trust CM Punk, don't help others." But people close to Jey say those words had the opposite effect. Instead of guidance, Jey heard confirmation of what he'd been thinking, that helping others had gotten him nowhere. Jimmy's heroic return on September 1st should have been a celebration. Instead, insiders claim it reminded Jey of everything he was trying to escape. Jey saw his brother's return as a chain pulling him back to tag team mediocrity. A source familiar with the situation explained. He'd spent years helping his family, his partners, his fans. But what had it gotten him? A string of near misses and a brother who might be holding him back. The psychological manipulation was working. The Vision wasn't just recruiting Jey Uso, they were systematically destroying his faith in loyalty, family, and everything he once stood for. But here's where it gets even more sinister. Sources close to WWE's creative team reveal that Jey's betrayal wasn't a spontaneous moment of frustration. This was a calculated assassination of his own character, orchestrated by forces that had been planning this destruction for months. Word on the street is that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman had been conducting secret meetings with Jey since August 18th, right after his Extreme Rules match. They weren't just offering him a spot in the Vision, an insider with direct knowledge revealed. They were systematically reprogramming his entire mindset about success, loyalty, and family. The nuclear moment came when Jey realized that every time he'd been the good guy, every time he'd helped others, he'd been sabotaging his own destiny. Rollins allegedly told him, "You've been carrying dead weight your entire career. Your brother, your partners, even your fans, they're all holding you back from becoming the champion you were born to be." But that's not even the most shocking part. Multiple sources confirm that Jey had already made his decision days before that Monday Night Raw. The spear on LA Knight wasn't a heat-of-the-moment betrayal. It was a premeditated execution of his old identity. Jey walked into that arena knowing exactly what he was going to do, a production insider revealed. He'd already mentally joined the Vision. Everything else was just theater. The devastating truth is that Jimmy Uso never saw it coming. People close to the twins say Jimmy genuinely believed his brother was still fighting the good fight. Jimmy was completely blindsided, a source confirmed. He thought they were united against the Vision. He had no idea Jey had already sold his soul to the enemy. Even more explosive, insiders claim Jay's Instagram post that night, "I'm back," wasn't celebrating his return to form. It was announcing his rebirth as a villain. That post was his coming out party as a member of the Vision, a WWE source explained. He wasn't talking about being back as Jey Uso. He was talking about being back as someone completely different. The psychological warfare had worked perfectly. The Vision had successfully turned one of WWE's most beloved babyfaces into their newest weapon, and they'd done it by exploiting his deepest insecurities about success, recognition, and family loyalty. Then came the nuclear fallout. Within hours of that spear, the wrestling world erupted into chaos. Social media exploded with fans expressing genuine heartbreak. Not just disappointment, but the kind of emotional devastation that comes from watching a hero fall. "Jey Uso just broke my heart," one viral post read, capturing the sentiment of millions. But insiders say the real explosion happened backstage. Sources close to WWE management reveal that emergency meetings were called immediately after Raw went off the air. Here's where you need to hit that hype button and give this video the love it deserves. Because what I'm about to reveal next will completely change how you see this entire situation. The evidence I've uncovered goes deeper than anyone imagined, and your support helps me bring you these exclusive insights that the mainstream wrestling media won't touch. Word on the street is that Jimmy Uso was physically restrained by security after the show ended. He was trying to get to Jey, demanding answers, a backstage source revealed. They had to separate the brothers because Jimmy was losing his mind with rage and confusion. But the most devastating evidence comes from the Vision's own camp. Sources close to Seth Rollins confirm that Jay's recruitment was a months-long psychological operation. They studied his weaknesses, his frustrations, his deepest fears about being overshadowed, an insider explained. This wasn't just about adding another member. This was about destroying the Uso legacy from within. The smoking gun? Multiple sources confirm that Paul Heyman had been feeding Jey carefully crafted lies about Jimmy's intentions. Heyman convinced Jey that Jimmy was secretly holding him back, that the tag team success was preventing his singles stardom, a WWE source revealed. Even more explosive, insiders claim that Roman Reigns' warning to Jey wasn't random advice. The tribal chief had reportedly discovered the Vision's recruitment plan and was trying to save his cousin. Roman knew what was happening, a source close to the bloodline confirmed. His warning was a desperate attempt to prevent exactly what ended up happening. The evidence is overwhelming. Jey Uso's betrayal wasn't a moment of weakness. It was the final stage of a sophisticated psychological manipulation campaign designed to tear apart one of wrestling's most sacred bonds, the brotherhood between twins who had conquered the world together. This isn't just about Jey Uso anymore. This seismic betrayal has sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling industry, and the implications are absolutely staggering. We're looking at the potential complete destruction of the Anoa'i family dynasty that has dominated professional wrestling for generations. Sources close to WWE's creative team reveal that this storyline could fundamentally reshape the company's entire landscape. This isn't just a heel turn, an insider explained. This is the systematic dismantling of one of wrestling's most powerful family units. The ripple effects will be felt for years. The cultural impact is already devastating. The Uso twins represented something sacred in wrestling, the unbreakable bond between brothers who conquered the world together. Jay's betrayal doesn't just destroy that narrative, it weaponizes it against everything fans believed in. Industry insiders are calling this the most significant family betrayal since the Montreal Screwjob. This changes everything, a veteran wrestling journalist confirmed. The Anoa'i family tree has been poisoned from within, and the consequences will affect Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and every member of that bloodline. But here's the most terrifying part. Sources suggest this is just the beginning. Word on the street is that the Vision's ultimate goal isn't just recruiting Jey Uso. They're planning to systematically destroy every major babyface faction in WWE, starting with the families that fans hold most sacred. They've proven they can turn brother against brother, a WWE source revealed. What's to stop them from targeting other family units, other tag teams, other sacred bonds that fans believe are unbreakable? The psychological warfare implications are unprecedented. If the Vision can successfully manipulate someone as loyal as Jey Uso, no one in WWE is safe from their influence. They've created a blueprint for destruction, an industry analyst explained. They've shown that even the strongest family bonds can be weaponized and destroyed. The broader wrestling community is in shock. Independent promotions, international federations, even retired legends are discussing the implications of this betrayal. This changes how we think about loyalty in professional wrestling, a former WWE champion revealed. If Jey Uso can turn on his twin brother, then nothing is sacred anymore. The entertainment industry itself is watching closely. This storyline has transcended wrestling, becoming a case study in how psychological manipulation can destroy even the strongest bonds. So what happens next? The explosive confrontation at WrestlePalooza on September 20th is just 5 days away, and sources close to WWE are calling it the most unpredictable premium live event in company history. Will Jey officially join the Vision and completely destroy his relationship with Jimmy? Will Jimmy fight to bring his brother back, or will he declare war on the man who was once his other half? And what role will Roman Reigns play when he discovers that his cousin has betrayed everything the Anoa'i family stands for? Insiders are whispering about multiple shocking scenarios, from Jey turning on the Vision in a double cross that would blow everyone's minds, to Jimmy potentially joining forces with Solo Sikoa to counter his brother's betrayal. But here's what's absolutely certain: this story is far from over. The psychological warfare has just begun, and the casualties could include some of wrestling's most beloved figures. The question isn't whether more betrayals are coming. The question is, who will be next to fall victim to the Vision's devastating manipulation? Stay tuned, because this nuclear-level storyline is about to explode in ways that will permanently change professional wrestling forever.